I just want to read, because I love this paragraph so much about parenting, if that's all right, from your book.
Please.
I mean, it's really relevant or topical to me right now. I really wanted, this interview means a lot to me. I really wanted to go well today. And so I was saying to my wife, I have a good sleep. I'm going to exercise in the morning. And our daughter woke up at 12, our 2-year-old daughter woke up at 12:30 last night. And I couldn't get her back down until 4:40. And so I was like, I had about 3 hours sleep. There's no way I could exercise on 3 hours sleep.
Nah.
And so, but I was reading this again this morning and I just thought, my gosh, it's so perfect. So I was going to read this out just for the listeners, because I love your description of things throughout the book, and I particularly love this. Imagine, if you will, that everything you hitherto loved and enjoyed has been stripped from you and replaced by a life of dawn to dusk and dusk to dawn servitude, in which your tiny, irrational masters not only relentlessly demand things that can only be delivered by you, but they're also prone to bedwetting, tantrums, squabbling, endless questions, and food fights. It might be less galling if your overlords could actually speak or read or wipe their own bottoms or were taller than 2 feet high. But though you are convinced you know more, you know nothing when it comes to them, only that you are there to serve. And here is the irony. You do so willingly, warily but willingly. Because this much I have learned, nothing enslaves you more effectively than love. So good. I mean, that's my experience.
Yes.
That's my experience.
It's clever, isn't it? The way humans are, that it makes us do things to look after people where every aspect of you would bridle at it.
Yeah.
If it was not for love.
Yeah. It's addictive, the kids.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was so angry at Elsie last night. I was so angry at her. And then this morning, I was trying to still be angry for some reason. It's not her fault. She's 2, but I was
that's right.
just going, you ruined me this morning. And on a day I don't want to be ruined. Like, you could have done it on the weekend.
No.
Where's this come from? And then she just she's just learning to speak too. And she said, when I was leaving, I was not giving her much. And she said, Daddy, work car, love you. And I just went, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Why am I angry at you?
No, I know. And that's part of the, it's like I started doing yoga. I mean, it's
Sounds
brilliant. No, it's actually brilliant. It's just I'm so terrible at it. And people go, and you can't be terrible at yoga. It's a practice. It's anyway, I'm terrible at it.
Yeah.
But there's so many lessons, life lessons in it. Like the discomfort is where the benefit is.
Yeah.
And parenting is very similar. Like the whole point of you today is that you didn't get what you wanted and that you didn't get what you planned, and yet you still have to do today. And that's where the growth is for you. There's no growth for you if you're like, oh, I got 8 hours sleep and what exercise would you have done?
We've got I've set up a gym down in the garage and I'm very proud of it. I'm very excited by it.
There's no growth in that. There's probably just pleasure.
Yeah.
When that is beautiful.
Yeah.
But the growth is in that you're doing today.
Yeah.
Not at all how you imagined it.
Well,
and that's because of children.
Yeah. I mean, no one would know that better than you. I can't imagine how hard it was for you doing your job, breakfast radio. It'd be hard enough for anyone who's a parent. 4 kids, my gosh. Like, I'm struggling with 2, but 4 kids. But then in 2009, everything's turned
2009,
everything's turned on its head for you, and you can. So, are you happy to talk about?
Yeah.
Lewis?
Well, it's. I always like to kind of preface it. Well, not always. I don't talk about it that often, really, but how lucky I am to be able to talk about it. We talk about him now that he's 18 and he's 6'2", because I'm very aware of the parents who we were at the children's cancer, in the children's cancer ward with, who can't have this conversation about their children. So I'm always just very, we had a good outcome, We're not done. It's not done, there's a cloud over him. But I think we know what the cloud is. Everyone's got a cloud over them. Most of us just don't see the cloud. We know what his cloud is.